Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name's Brandon Paul. Thank you so much for being here on my channel. In today's episode 5, we're going to be focusing on how to practice like a pro. Let's jump right into section 1. I've got a really big question for you, and that is, what are you practicing for? Unfortunately, I think a lot of guitar players kind of just noodle aimlessly, and the professional players always practice with intent, with a purpose. Let's take a couple demonstrations here as example. Let's say my intention is to really improve my phrasing. I'm going to think about the things that we've discussed in this playlist. A sense of space, thinking vocal. Bringing it all home, conversation. That right there is an example of much more intentional practice. Let's shift gears here and take a cool song. Let's say we're working on a sweet riff we want to learn how to play. Well, I don't know, Bark at the Moon by Jake E. Lee. Breaking that down, I'm focusing in on the palm muting, I'm focusing in on the accents, focusing in on the sweet chord voicings that Jake uses, the stretch, the technique, but I'm kind of intentionally thinking about all of that. That's kind of the objective there. Instead of just saying, I want to just learn this song, that's great and all, but you're missing so much of the juice that can be had from that. There's your practice tip right there. Ask yourself what it is that you're trying to achieve. What am I practicing for? Once you've defined that, start tackling a topic or something that you want, get after it, and have great intentionality and purpose. Moving right along now to section 2, practicing with drum grooves and backing tracks. Most players can sound really great on their own or solo, but when they actually go to play with a drummer or some sort of track, they do a recording with a band mix, things can kind of fall apart. If you want a sense of what people are going to respond to the most, and you want a good sense of timing, groove, feel, I couldn't recommend more practicing the drum grooves and or backing tracks, or with a real drummer. So I created a drum track, and I want to improvise a riff here as example for you. I want to use concepts that we've talked about before. That snare drum as my subdivider, kind of trying to communicate with this drums a little bit, and just make it groove, make it feel good. All things that are intentional and have purpose. Let's check it out. Nothing really fancy or special going on there, but the point was more so having intention and purpose, knowing why I'm playing to that groove, what I want to achieve out of that. If the way I'm breaking things down for you in this lesson is really clicking with you, and if you've been stuck on the guitar, can't break those plateaus, I coach and work with a handful of private students every single month. It's coaching built around you, your tone, your control, your groove, your goals, so much more. There's a link in the description below. Feel free to reach out to me and just let me know about things that you've been facing, some challenges, and if it's a good fit, I'll let you know if I can help you out. Next up is section 3, improvise to internalize. The idea here is that anything that you're learning, new songs, techniques, scales, chords, so on and so forth. You want to immediately start kind of improvising or messing around with ideas so that you can immediately implement that and apply it to your guitar playing. Let's demonstrate an idea here. Let's say you had just learned maybe a new scale like the Dorian mode. Let's take E Dorian as our example. Instead of just going up and down the scale or just learning the actual position of it, break it down. Start playing some phrases right away. Incorporate it into your normal licks and your phrasing, all the things that we've talked about. That's the practice tip. After you learn something, immediately start improvising with it. Force that into your language. It's just going to start free-flowing through you, and you're going to be able to use what it is that you learn right away. On to our final section 4, reps with reflection. Now, what I mean by this is when you're learning anything, new songs, new licks, new techniques, scales, so on and so forth, there's always going to be an element of repetition, right? We're always repeating things over and over so that we can really get it down. But the trick here is to make adjustments every single time. So a good concept, for example, to represent this could be something like bending an intonation. So let's say instead of going, you start being more intentional. Where are these notes bending to? Start putting it together. I'm already improvising new ideas there. That's exactly what I'm talking about, where I start with something and then each time from there, I'm trying to make those adjustments. In this case, I'm playing a phrase. And I want to think about where are these bends going, the intonation. Now I can free flow with that idea. I can variate it like I just did, and then I can work on copying and pasting that to other places. There's the practice tip for you right there. Anything that you're repeating and that you're working on over and over, make adjustments every single time you execute it, every time you go into it. That's what's going to maximize your benefits and your return on the investment. All right, my friends, that's going to do it for episode 5 of Real Rock Guitar Mastery, How to Practice Like a Pro. If you enjoyed what happened in this lesson, leave a comment below. Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're digging it. Cool. I'll see you in the next video.